Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. It is the 16th. I think it's the 16th. I was trying to go live, and unfortunately, live is having some kind of technical difficulties because it wasn't allowing the video to connect. I was talking about wireless connection. Some kind of something. So I'm just going to get this knot out. Pretend that I'm on live and let everybody get in here and go through a little information and do a little education this morning on financial literacy and understanding life insurance. Simple. I know a lot of people are losing their jobs, and with the loss of their job is the loss of health insurance. And with the loss of their health insurance package, usually some jobs have accidental death policies, which pretty much help with final expenses. They're not going to be able to take care of your family. That's something that's really important. I really want to stress that because in order to take care of your family and your bills, $50,000 in accidental death is not enough. So, and I know that it's not more than that. I know it. So understand life insurance. So today people have all kinds of protection, right? We insure our houses, our cars, our phones, our computers, and appliances, right? So we even buy travel insurance, right? Especially if you're buying a plane ticket. And these days, if you don't have some kind of insurance, you don't have a backup plan for not being able to fly out. Okay, so but when it comes to life insurance, people remain skeptical, right? And I think that they're skeptical because they're uninformed. They don't know. Because if they knew, honey, the most important insurance that protects their family and their children is the one that people just don't take seriously. And they figure, I don't need it. If I die, I die, right? That's so selfish, so irresponsible, because that's not true. If you die, yeah, it's sad and everybody has to recover from it. But if your family is in direct, response to that, so you can't just say, you got to make sure everybody's taken care of. You also want to make sure if you end up in the hospital for an extended period of time, which is very possible right now, that there's money to cover that, because your health insurance is not going to cover it all. You'll actually be disappointed by what your health insurance covers. Okay? Believe it or not, you will leave with medical bills. And anybody that's been in the hospital for a long period of time being treated for chronic illness will tell you that they either had to sell their home, refinance, get a reverse mortgage, all kind of crazy stuff, and you live a life of debt, extreme debt that's hovering over your head. Okay? So life insurance isn't a fun topic. This is not, hey, it's such a fun topic, but it's an important topic. Sorry. All right, so people don't often talk about it, so most don't understand it. Few want to buy it, right? Even those people who don't buy it don't necessarily understand it or appreciate its importance in building and preserving wealth. Bet you didn't know that. But you didn't know that life insurance has anything to do with building and preserving wealth. As a result, a lot of people don't have any life insurance protection. And if they do, most don't have enough. Like I said, that work, what you got, what you signed, oh yeah, I'll check that box and take that accidental death, that life insurance policy that's included with my health insurance that my work is offering. Did you read it? Did you see how much it is even for? Right? It might even be just $10,000. I mean, you got to look. And it's good to have it, sure. Anything is going to help. But to be honest with you, I mean, let's think about what we really need. So, if I was to go and pass away, I am leaving 4 children, one grown, but 3 littles, and a husband behind. There's home needs, there's going to be caregiver needs that need to be added. And we all know nannies are not cheap, right? We're going to need to make sure all house bills and things are taken care of, right? We don't want my burial process to foreshadow the future of the kids. And it always to be mom passed away and, we had to move and things got hard and dad couldn't work because he had the 3 of us and yada, yada, yada. I mean, honestly, if something happens to me, I have something in place that they'll have enough money to keep going. And so that there's no financial hardship and vice versa, enough to pay off the home, enough to, make sure that we have everything we need and more so that we can grieve and we can continue. Okay, so now come back. Now we won't be as morbid, all right? Life insurance also can help pay for hospital stays. So that means I'm diagnosed with breast cancer and I have to pay for treatment. If I have a life insurance policy that has living benefits, right, or critical care, critical illness, or long-term care, I can tap into that. I still have my life insurance policy intact, and I'll be able to access that money, no problem. I'll just call my life insurance agent, Edwina. Hey, Edwina, I'm going to need to make a claim. Edwina says, I'll help you with that. Simple, easy. You took care of it. Just like if you're driving your car. I mean, a good example on the car thing. We bought a brand new van. I don't know, it was like maybe a month in. Some fool in Santa Rosa rear-ended our van. This fool had no car insurance. Okay, fine. We move on. We call our insurance agent, our insurance policy, and, we didn't check the box for the non-insured motorist, but we had full coverage, right? Little things like that. So we ate that expense, right? They gave us a little, but we ate that expense. I equate that to something like health insurance. So if I have my health insurance, which is $800 a month, and it's all good, I don't pay co-pays when I go to the doctor, yada, yada, yada. But I'm sure if something serious was to happen, I'd get a bill. Because when I was pregnant and I had to get extensive testing with my twins, I had to pay out of pocket for some of these things. The labs and the blood works and stuff like that. I mean, they were giving me a bill because my work insurance didn't cover everything. And nobody's looking through all that. Because enough money comes out of our check that we feel like this should be covered, right? And it's not. It's not. So, again, as a result of a lot of people not understanding life insurance, they don't have any. All right? So life insurance doesn't insure your life. It ensures your family's ability to continue on without being financially devastated. I think some of you are starting to feel what financial devastation feels like right now from the coronavirus alone. Losing your job. I know our bills are still due and have been due from the gate. Taxes are due. Property taxes were due. And I don't think they had an extension. They extended taxes. Pardon my French. And then, yesterday they were due. And even if you don't know exactly what you owe or you needed an extension, you still were expected to pay what you think you owed. So you didn't accrue penalties and interest. Ooh, Gary Vee is live. Okay. So, a good number of people believe that they won't die anytime soon. So why would they need life insurance? Well, that myth, go ahead and check that one out. Scratch that one off the box. You don't know nothing. It is unpredictable. If life hasn't shown you to be unpredictable right now, you're not paying attention. Right now, it's so important to plan ahead. Plan for the unknown. Plan for the unknown. Don't let this situation, right? So let's say you lost your job. Or let's say you're an essential worker already struggling to get by, right? One thing will throw you off. One thing. Let it be a car repair. Let it be an illness or an injury. You're not ready, you're not ready. And you will be devastated financially because it'll be hard to try to recap. We are about to go through some inflation, people. I don't predict financial, you know, shortcomings or pitfalls or whatever, but I've been in the industry long enough to know. You know, I worked for 12 years in the mortgage industry before 2008 fallout. While all my friends were in college binge drinking, I was a single mom working in the mortgage industry. And 12 years with a company, I was laid off. And I was not ready or prepared. So I'm speaking this to you from experience. I'm a black woman in America. I was a single mom. My friend could get the same job as me. She'd be paid $25 an hour to my 15. And that's the truth. Because she was a pretty white girl with blue eyes, and she got paid 25. And I could not believe it. I was like, oh my God, no one's even offered me no $25, right? I'm just saying, hypothetically, be ready. Be ready because you don't know what's going to happen. My fallback was always hospitality. My fallback was always a waitressing job. I could always hustle a waitressing job. Well, honey, to my fellow hustlers, my fellow waitresses who was doing, 3 jobs and coming and doing that ain't even there for us no more. Right now, it's not the business. So are you ready? Are you prepared? Did you take those cash tips and invest in yourself? I'm just trying to throw out examples so you can relate, so something triggers you to relate to what I'm saying. Excuse me. It's not the COVID. So question, are you insurable? How do you know if you're insurable? And this is a good question because I'm going to tell you right now, I gained 25, maybe 150 pounds with my twins, and then was pregnant again with my youngest son. So I had a lot of weight to deal with, and I decided right after I had Mike that I was going to get my life insurance policy. I get the blood work done, and I know I'm tipping that scale, right? And the examiner kind of, gives me the benefit of the doubt with that scale, because literally I was tipping the scale. And my blood numbers came back that the fat had entered my blood. So there was noticeable, through blood draw, there was fat cells in my blood. That was a wake-up call for me because I've always been athletic, right? Like I said, I was a single mom raising a son. I had a lot of life stress, and working out and stuff just wasn't in my vocabulary. I was working 2 to 3 jobs, and when I was working one solid job, I was working 12-hour shifts a day. I didn't work out. Then I got pregnant, and not just with twins, that will do you. And then again, following and getting older in age, those were red flags, you know? And so I didn't qualify for living benefits. I was so upset, so mad. I felt so cheated. You know, I was like, another thing that gets the black person down, right? But it's kind of true because it's systematically designed that way. What a lot of my black sisters don't realize is the numbers are against us statistically. They've already run the numbers of how many of us pass away before we're 50 years old or in our 50s. How many of us have heart disease, obesity, diabetes? Those things affect your insurability. So the best thing to do is when you're young and athletic and healthy to be insured. A lot of wealthy people insure their children from birth. I know why? Because they're healthy and they're young and the insurance is inexpensive. And you get a cash accumulation with that by the time these kids are 20-something years old. They're set. They're set. You know? There's tax money they can use that will not hurt their college application, their FAFSAs, right? Something to consider. All right, so I don't want to get too confusing. So a lot of people are not insurable and may not even know it, right? So I'm doing a whole workout plan to lose weight because I can come back and do another exam and try to get another table rating. I can tell you what it is. I'm trying to get the best, okay? All right. An estimated 80 million Americans have one or more types of heart disease. 1 out of 2 men and 1 out of 3 women have the risk of developing cancer in their lifetime. Okay. So if you have the need, buy life insurance as soon as you can while you're healthy and insurable. Buying early is also wise because you may qualify for better rates. Ding, 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 ding. Don't wait too long. Don't wait too long because when you have health issues, it may be too late. You sitting here watching this video and you haven't gotten any life insurance with me or even spoken to me about it, right? You mess around and at the grocery store and we got all these people and you end up coming down with COVID. What people don't understand is that COVID-19 has long-lasting effects. So even if you're one of those people that are like, oh, you won't die from it, that's nice, but you will be in the hospital for a few weeks. You will be down for a few weeks and you'll have everlasting effects from it with your lungs and sometimes some of your organs, depending on how severe your case was. This virus is also mutating, but I don't want to get too far into that. I just want to let you guys know we are in a pandemic. So waiting is silly. It is. You have to think ahead. Be ahead of the curve. I'm going to give you guys a little gift at the end of this too. So some policies can be issued without a medical exam or with limited medical questions. These forms are guaranteed policies, typically charge higher premiums, and are only available on lower coverage amounts. So you're not going to get $1 million policy not doing an exam. So the healthier you are, the better. You know, health insurance, having a cash accumulated health insurance policy, which is also known as an index, universal index policy. Hi. I know I heard somebody. My little girl. So, with that being said, in the pandemic that we're in right now, I hope that everybody starts to think a little bit outside the box. Give yourself some credit. Okay, so we're not going to the stores right now. They've closed the stores. Retail is closed. So you know what you can do? Go to www.wix.com and make yourself a store website. Just go and play with it. Just play with it and see how easy it is to set up a store that is ready. Let's say you have $0 to put toward it. You could set up a store. Don't turn it off on me yet. Set up a store for $0. Use the free Wix website and set it up to be paid for by PayPal. Customers can pay through PayPal. If you've got some money to get an account with Wix, you'll be able to set up credit card payments. Okay? You can set up this store very easily. You can buy products that are people like to buy. If you can get your hands on what's it called? Hand sanitizer. That's all you'll need to sell. Don't pump up the prices too crazy. But with a little administration of your orders coming in, you fulfill your orders, and that's it. You use that website as a platform for people to place the orders. You get your item, and you fulfill your orders. That's something you could start doing today. Even if you have a job, you could set up an online store. You could set up an online store to sell anything that you have, whether it's essential oils or it's mask. You're making masks, or you're making cookies, honey. One of my friends, she started making cookies. First of all, her cookies are thebomb.com. Okay. And I am happy to pay for them because I definitely am a sweet tooth person. And I was buying sweets with my groceries anyways. So it's no problem for me to order from her and help her out. But she had to let me know that that's what she was doing. So she has a website. She's got her Instagram page. This is not hard to do. It's very simple. Don't be intimidated by the process. Don't be intimidated by the unknown. There's so many things you can learn online by just simply going to YouTube, right? There's people there setting things up. Someone can help you. I'm happy to walk somebody through how to set up a Wix.com. I did it a couple years ago when I just had the babies. I sold baby stuff. I worked with a vendor. I had a good price point that I could find. I sold leggings. I sold child leashes.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Oh, wow.
So now my little one wants to
Oh, wow. Look at that.
learn some things. So
Look at
I'm going to go through that with her.
Look at that.
I hope that I gave everybody a little bit of insight on whether or not you're insurable and just a little bit of understanding about life insurance. Life insurance isn't just for when you die. Life insurance can be used as a financial vehicle to preserve, build wealth. Okay? If you have any questions, Edwina.com, Edwina.oliver1269 is my direct email. Feel free to text me, 415-871-3320. Check out my YouTube page. Find me on Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, and of course, Facebook. I bid you all adieu. Have a wonderful Friday. I hope that you got some cookies on order from Hillary Ann's Cookies, and I hope everybody does well. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Take care.